Twitter is doing well, Will. Did you know that? Did you expect that? You a big Twitter guy?
I dabble.
You're a dabbler. Mm-hmm. I always thought of you as a dabbler in general. So for a long time, Twitter couldn't make a dime. They couldn't make $1. It was tough going. Restructuring. Jack Dorsey, he's out. He's in. Got to manage it. How are we going to make money? We're going to do some ads. Okay, the usual story, startup story. Well, how are we going to get people? How are we going to keep people on the platform? How are we going to get people engaged? What about those daily actives that everybody on social media cares about? Well, daily actives. That's what we care about. On Lou Later. Are you a daily active? Stay daily, stay active. Mm-hmm. Also go outdoors every so often. Right, Will?
Yeah.
Message. Yeah, it's a body break ad. What was his name? We're going old school. You don't know about this. No. Really? I thought it was Jake. Is that different? Body by Jake? Who's Jake? Yeah, Hal Johnson. It was Hal Johnson. This Canadian television, OG status. You don't know about this, which is fine. They try to tell the kids to go exercise. It was a great message. Body break. We grew up with it.
Drake.
Anyway, I mean, Drake probably knows about body break. He grew up over here, so there you go. Twitter's doing well. They have a net income of $1.12 billion or $1.43 a share, compared with $100 million a year earlier. You see that, Will? Listen to that. You got those figures? $1.12 billion compared with $100 million a year earlier. I mean, I'm no mathematician. I mean, it ain't no beautiful mind. I mean, it ain't no Goodwill Hunting. I mean, it ain't no Rain Man. Yeah, you didn't think I had another one.
Oh, that's a crunchy.
Yeah, you didn't think it.
Oh, okay.
Damn. I got got a little caffeine today, so apologize for that. Anyway, so there's a multiplication effect happening over at Twitter, and what's it because of? Oh, I don't know. Probably because they're selling more ads, and probably because they got a lot of active users going on. Apparently, they've been posting a monthly active user count. Up until now, they had a active user count that was less than healthy trajectory. So it was going down for a while. People were actually moving off the platform from a daily perspective, but that changed. So it increased by 5 million this quarter. Analysts had been modeling an increase of 3 million, a 3 million growth. They got a 5 million growth, and the gains brought Twitter's total monetizable daily active users to 139 million, up from 134, which is also up from 122 million a year earlier. So this is how they break it down. It's not even a daily active user anymore. They call it a daily active monetizable user. So they have to be capable of showing that user an ad. I don't know what the difference is there. Maybe minors don't see ads. Maybe people in certain regions don't see ads. For whatever reason, I guess some are monetizable, others are not. But the reason the stock market loves this idea of a monetizable daily active user is because that user represents potential revenue. So to have 139 million daily revenue sources is significant, and especially if it's scaling up on a spectrum. I'll go out of my way and just say I like Twitter. I'll just go out of my way to say that. Okay. Compared to other social media, there's something about it that I like. It's a lot of different things for different people. You want to use Twitter as a news source. You want to sort of curate your own news list on Twitter. Go for it. You can use it like that. You want to use it as a social medium. Use it for that. You want to use it as an instant messenger, which is vetted. Especially for me, you get the check mark beside the name. Will, it means you can, you're talking to me. It's not some email address. Like I should say, there's all kinds of imposters out there pretend to be me. Like they go to companies, and I don't know if I talked about this before. They go to companies, try to scam people, claiming to be me. Well, one thing Twitter does well is you're talking to me. If you're talking via DM to my handle with the check mark and everything else, it's like authority on the matter. So Twitter does some cool things. So from a communication perspective, it really feels like a utility to me in a way that other social media isn't. Instagram is less like that for me. Facebook, obviously, less like that for me. YouTube represents something different. But Twitter's a thing that I have actively used for a long time now. So I can see this. Now, granted, they weren't doing so well with the casual users for a while, and that seems to be changing, Will. People are picking it up. What do you think? What's the reason? Go on, Will. Anytime now. What do you got?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not too
So
sure.
you don't think it's anything special that they've done? Moments? I mean, a couple years. Kirk's a big moments guy. Daily use. Are you monetizable? He's heavily monetizable. He's clicking around, clicking ads. Yeah, I think as a news, I think more people are starting to see it as a news source. That's for sure. And also, what I think is, since the internet and its relationship with breaking news, there's certain circumstances you can't, like, remember the Kawhi stuff when he was like Kawhi Watch? Where else could you follow that? If it's happening in real time, I think people have finally made the connection that if you need to find some exclusive stuff the moment something is happening, see what people are saying, possibly get access to people who are nearby, Twitter's the way to do it. You know, there's no other social media that I would use to achieve something like that. So you can see trending kind of does that. You can see which hashtag people are talking about. And it does so in a way where you don't feel exposed on a personal, like it kind of feels at a distance still. Like you can just kind of lurk around Twitter in a way that I don't know, seems weird on Facebook. Like the origin of Facebook was this tight-knit social group, whereas Twitter was the bigger internet, it seemed. You could tweet at anyone without necessarily being approved to do so, although there are, of course, locked accounts or private accounts. But for the most part, it feels like the conversation about the open web happens on Twitter. And that's great for them, because I think that's what you can align the growth with. And then therefore it's how you end up showing people ads. It's how you end up getting these revenue figures. Now, the profit figures are not exactly where they want, but the revenue is the first step towards the profit. And so therefore that's where they're at. The revenue being $841 million versus 829.1, which was expected. So you know what this does to the stock market. It goes up. Twitter's healthy. Twitter is healthier than you thought. And I'm happy about that.
So when it comes to ads, is it just on your feed when you're just scrolling?
Yeah, promoted
Like
tweets.
sponsored
Yeah, and they
stuff.
also started to sell some ads, I believe, against video as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen
Yeah,
that.
and there's also sponsored hashtags.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's sponsored hashtags around like movie launches and things like this. They've got a lot of ad products available. They've diversified those offerings, and I mean, I feel like I think Dorsey is locked and loaded. He's locked in. Remember, he was doing all that promo, traveling around all those podcasts. He's like, we're listening, we're doing it, we're moving our workforce around. We're not all gonna just be in San Francisco. Like, he seems locked and loaded. Like, he's engaged. He's ready to go. So, open invite, Jack Dorsey. We have a great chair over there. You can come tell me all about it if you want. You're not watching this, but